Education is the power to think clearly, the power to act well in the world's work, and the power to appreciate life. By Brigham Young. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, all of the educators and all of the audience. I'm Jovita Ann Maria Cahya from Binus University Semarang campus, standing here before you as the Prime Minister of this great nation, representing all of the aspiration of young generation who really cares about educational system in Indonesia. This motion addresses the persistent educational disparity in our nation and proposes the practical solution to ensure that every child, regardless of their socioeconomic background, has an equality opportunity to succeed by having their educational degree. This motion declares that this House will significantly relax graduation requirement for school in underprivileged area. To begin with, it is important to acknowledge that educational inequality continues to be a prevalent and enduring issue in our society, especially in educational issues. Students hailing from underprivileged areas are often confronted with a systematic obstacle that impede their academic growth and restrict their prospect for success. By substantially easing graduation standard for school in this region, we can break down these barriers and build a more comprehensive education system that enables each and every student to achieve their utmost potential. Ladies and gentlemen, the topic of discussion is whether to addressing educational inequality. This involves education policy, socioeconomic disparity, and the overall goal of improving access to education for students in disadvantaged communities. As such, I propose that we focus our deliberation on four main areas. The first one is about educational equity. The second one is about graduation requirement. The third one is about socioeconomic factor, and the fourth and lastly is about policy implication. Ladies and gentlemen, all of the adjudicators, let's look to the data that I got before. On Pulau Buah Aceh, which has a population of approximately 5,000 people, the population is divided into 13 villages. How many villages is there? There are 5 elementary schools as well as 2 junior high school, and sadly there is only 1 senior high school there. Why this is happening? This is happening because difficult to access. The house is way too far from the school, and the second one is about small number of teachers. There's no teacher that want to teach there, and the third one is about inadequate facilities, and the fourth one is about low economy. They don't have money to buy uniform, and they don't even have money to buy books to school. Then what's the result? The result is right now many Indonesian people cause poverty and jobless. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look to our constitution. The law number 20 of 2003 regarding the basis function and objective of the national education system, principle of educational administration, land and obligation of citizens, parents, society and government, learner, pathway, level of type of education, language of instruction, and also compulsory education. The young generation is a spearhead of our country, especially toward a golden Indonesia in 2045. And this is our collective duty to truly improve the education system in Indonesia to ensure that all children, all the students have the same right to learn and receive quality education. Ladies and gentlemen, let's move to our first argument. Our first argument is about addressing educational inequality. It is important to acknowledge that educational inequality is still a major issue in our society, especially in educational issue. Unfortunately, children from underprivileged areas are often face systematic obstacles that impede their academic progress and limit their opportunity to advancement. To address this problem and create a more inclusive education system that empowers every student to reach their full potential, we propose to relaxing graduation requirement for school in these areas, just like by giving them separate standards testing, relaxed attendance requirement, flexible submission deadline, and reduce number of subjects. This will help to break down the barriers that prevent students from achieving success. Our second argument is about remove necessary barriers. Ladies and gentlemen, all of the adjudicators, let's imagine the current graduation requirement put the most importance on standardized tests and academic benchmark. They may not fully represent the ability of or circumstances of disadvantaged students in the district. By easing this requirement, we can remove unnecessary barriers that not balance affect the students. This approach considers the diverse learners needs to experience of students and ensure that their education is not limited by strict criteria that fail them to bring out their full potential, not only because of their social economic background, but it's because of them. Our third and our last argument is about closing the opportunity gap. Ladies and gentlemen, all of the audience, I do really agree with this motion. Why? Because lowering graduation requirement in this advantaged area is a crucial step toward addressing the opportunity gap that perpetuates poverty and inequality in our school. Education is the great equalizer, but it can only fulfill its purpose if it's fair and accessible to everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, we can make our Indonesia being a great country by having their Indonesian having a great degree on their education. By providing underprivileged students with a more flexible path to graduation, we can empower them to overcome their circumstances and pursue their aspiration with confidence and resilience. So there, we will see another problem, just like if we see there are a lot of difficulty access, there are no more small number of teachers there, and there will be no inadequate facilities and low economy. So we as the government, we have to facilitate them, we have to facilitate all of the students all around Indonesia to have the rights to have the education. Ladies and gentlemen, all of the audience, I want to make you really know that I wholeheartedly support this motion, as it is marked a crucial turning point for Indonesia educational system. By unlocking its full potential, we can pave the way for a prosperous and inclusive future through education, especially for Indonesia in 2045. The reduction of school living requirement in this advantage area demonstrate our unwavering dedication to providing every child with the opportunity to succeed, irrespective of their background or location. I implore all members of this house to back this movement, which have the power to unleash the talent and aspiration of an entire generation and foster society where every child can realize their potential. That education is that important for us, is that important for our country, Indonesia. As again, I do really agree with this motion that this house will significantly relax the graduation requirement for school in underprivileged areas. Thank you.